Have you ever laid your head on your pillow at night, closed your eyes for what feels like 8 full hours, only to wake up feeling like you barely slept at all? Maybe you find yourself standing in your kitchen, wondering what you came in there for, or struggling to remember conversations you had just yesterday. And here's what's really scary: you might be blaming it on just getting older, when the real culprit could be something you do every single night without thinking twice about it. What if I told you that the way you've been sleeping, the same way you've probably slept for decades, might be slowly, silently damaging your memory and putting your heart under dangerous strain? I'm talking about sleep positions and habits that seem completely harmless, maybe even comfortable, but are actually working against your brain and cardiovascular system while you rest. At 104 years old, Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara was Japan's oldest practicing physician until his passing, and he discovered something absolutely shocking about sleep that most doctors never tell their patients. When he studied the sleeping habits of his healthiest elderly patients versus those struggling with memory loss and heart problems, he found a clear pattern that could change everything about how you approach your nightly rest. Today, I'm sharing Dr. Hinohara's crucial findings about 5 specific sleep mistakes that are silently stealing your cognitive function and putting unnecessary strain on your cardiovascular system. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what changes to make tonight, yes, tonight, to protect your brain and heart for years to come. If you're ready to discover these life-changing sleep secrets from one of the world's longest-living doctors, comment "Protect my brain" below and hit that subscribe button for Elderly Health Central, because your future self will absolutely thank you for this. Sleep mistake number 1: sleeping on your stomach. Now, let me tell you about Dr. Hinohara's first critical discovery. He once shared with me the story of a 68-year-old woman named Keiko who came to him in desperation. She was experiencing morning headaches that felt like someone was squeezing her skull, and her family was becoming increasingly worried about her forgetfulness. Simple things, like remembering where she put her glasses or what she had for breakfast, were becoming impossible. Keiko had been a stomach sleeper her entire life, convinced it helped with the chronic back pain she developed over the years. She'd curl up on her belly every night, face turned to one side, thinking she was doing her spine a favor. What Dr. Hinohara discovered during her examination changed everything she thought she knew about sleep. Here's what's happening in your body when you sleep on your stomach after 60, and it's more serious than most people realize. When you lie face down, you're forcing your neck into an unnatural rotation for 6 to 8 hours straight. Imagine turning your head to the side and holding it there while awake for even 10 minutes. This position compresses the vertebral arteries, those crucial blood vessels that carry oxygen-rich blood directly to your brain stem and cerebellum. These are the exact areas responsible for memory consolidation and cognitive function. But that's not all. Sleeping on your stomach also compresses your chest cavity, restricting your lung capacity and making your heart work significantly harder throughout the night to pump blood through a body that's literally fighting against itself. Now, I know what you're thinking, because this is exactly what Keiko told Dr. Hinohara. Many people believe stomach sleeping helps with back pain or reduces snoring, and maybe it provided some relief when you were younger. But here's the harsh reality. After 60, your spine loses the flexibility it once had, and this position actually creates far more problems than it solves. The temporary relief you might feel isn't worth the long-term cognitive and cardiovascular damage you're inflicting on yourself night after night. So what did Dr. Hinohara recommend? He introduced Keiko to what he called the pillow transition method. Instead of forcing herself to change positions overnight, she gradually trained her body to sleep on her side by placing a body pillow behind her back to prevent rolling over. She started with just 2 to 3 hours on her side each night, then gradually increased the time until side sleeping became completely natural. Within 6 weeks, her morning headaches disappeared, and her family noticed her memory was sharper than it had been in years. But stomach sleeping isn't the only position that deeply concerned Dr. Hinohara. He was equally worried about how people were elevating their heads at night. This brings me to the second mistake that Dr. Hinohara witnessed time and time again. Sleep mistake number 2, using multiple thick pillows. A 72-year-old businessman named Hiroshi visited Dr. Hinohara after his wife became alarmed that he was forgetting important business conversations and family events. During what seemed like a routine consultation, Dr. Hinohara asked a question that completely surprised Hiroshi. "How many pillows do you sleep with each night?" Hiroshi chuckled and said he used 3 thick pillows because he liked feeling elevated and supported. That simple answer revealed everything Dr. Hinohara needed to know about why this successful man was losing his mental sharpness. When you sleep with your head elevated too high using multiple pillows, you're creating a severe kink in your cervical spine that has devastating effects on your brain health. This unnatural position restricts the flow of cerebrospinal fluid. Think of it as your brain's cleaning system that washes away toxins and waste products while you sleep. Dr. Hinohara's extensive research revealed that improper head elevation also directly affects your vagus nerve, the critical pathway that regulates your heart rate variability and blood pressure during rest. Essentially, you're sabotaging your body's natural repair mechanisms every single night. Most people fall into this trap because they believe more pillows equal better support, especially if they're dealing with sleep apnea or breathing concerns. But here's what Dr. Hinohara discovered that shocked even his medical colleagues: over-elevation actually makes breathing more labored, not easier. It prevents the natural lymphatic drainage that keeps your brain healthy and functioning at its peak. You're essentially creating a traffic jam in your body's most important cleaning and repair systems. Dr. Hinohara had a simple solution he called the 90-degree rule. Your neck should maintain the same natural curve when you're lying down as it does when you're standing upright against a wall. Use one supportive pillow that keeps your head properly aligned with your spine, no more, no less. If you absolutely need elevation for breathing issues, raise your entire upper body slightly with a wedge pillow rather than just cranking your head up with multiple pillows. The transformation in Hiroshi was remarkable. Within 3 weeks of following this simple adjustment, his wife noticed he was remembering conversations clearly and his business acumen returned to its former sharpness. Speaking of breathing, Dr. Hinohara discovered that the biggest sleep mistake people make isn't about position at all, it's about timing. Sleep mistake number 3, irregular sleep-wake cycles. This third mistake might surprise you because it seems so innocent. Dr. Hinohara spent years studying centenarians across Japan, people who not only lived past 100 but remained mentally sharp and physically capable well into their later years. He found something absolutely remarkable: nearly every single one of them went to bed and woke up within a 30-minute window every single day, including weekends and holidays. Meanwhile, when he examined his patients struggling with memory problems and cognitive decline, their sleep schedules were chaotic, varying by hours from night to night. Your circadian rhythm isn't just some abstract concept, it's literally the conductor of your body's orchestra, controlling the precise release of growth hormone and melatonin, both absolutely crucial for memory consolidation and cardiovascular repair. After you turn 60, your internal biological clock becomes incredibly sensitive to disruption, much more so than when you were younger. When you go to bed at different times, you're essentially confusing your brain's waste-clearing system and putting unnecessary stress on your heart by preventing those predictable rest and repair cycles your body desperately needs. Here's where so many people get it wrong, and Dr. Hinohara saw this mistake destroy countless patients' cognitive health. Many seniors believe that retirement means freedom from schedules, they can finally go to bed whenever they want and wake up whenever they feel like it. But Dr. Hinohara's research proved that this sleep freedom actually accelerates cognitive decline at an alarming rate. Even a 2-hour variation in your bedtime can disrupt crucial brain maintenance processes that only happen during specific sleep phases. Dr. Hinohara developed what he called the Sacred 7 protocol, and it's incredibly simple but powerfully effective. Choose a 7-hour sleep window and protect it like it's a life-saving medical prescription, because frankly, it is. Set the exact same bedtime and wake time every single day, including weekends when you want to sleep in or stay up late. Use bright natural light exposure first thing in the morning to signal the start of your day, and dim all lighting in your home 2 hours before your designated bedtime to strengthen your circadian signals. The patients who followed this protocol religiously saw improvements in memory, mood, and energy levels within just 2 weeks. But even perfect timing won't help if you're making Dr. Hinohara's fourth critical mistake about your sleeping environment. Sleep mistake number 4. Sleeping in rooms above 68 degrees Fahrenheit. When Dr. Hinohara made house calls to visit his healthiest elderly patients, he noticed something that initially seemed completely unrelated to their remarkable health. Every single one of their bedrooms felt almost uncomfortably cool to visitors, cool enough that you'd want to grab a sweater. One particularly sharp 95-year-old patient named Sachiko told him something that stuck with him for decades: "Cold sleep keeps my mind sharp, doctor." At the time, he thought it was just an old wives' tale, but science eventually proved Sachiko absolutely right. Your core body temperature naturally drops 1 to 2 degrees during sleep, and this cooling process is what triggers the deep sleep phases where memory consolidation occurs. It's during these cool, deep sleep periods that your brain literally washes itself clean of toxins and forms lasting memories from the day's experiences. But here's the problem. After 60, this natural cooling response becomes significantly weaker and less reliable. When you sleep in warm environments, you're preventing your brain from reaching those crucial deep sleep stages necessary for clearing amyloid plaques, the protein buildups that are directly linked to memory loss and cognitive decline. Additionally, warm sleep forces your heart to work overtime trying to regulate your body temperature when it should be resting and repairing itself. Most older adults make this mistake because they think warmer rooms are more comfortable, especially if they feel cold more easily than they used to. Dr. Hinohara discovered that this comfort is actually sabotaging brain health in the worst possible way. Many people compound the problem by using heavy blankets in already warm rooms, creating what he called a double burden on their cardiovascular system that can stress the heart all night long. Dr. Hinohara's solution was elegantly simple. He called it the cool brain protocol. Keep your bedroom temperature between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, no exceptions. Use breathable bedding materials like cotton or bamboo, and wear minimal clothing to bed to allow your body to cool naturally. If you feel cold initially, use light layers that you can easily remove as your body adjusts to the cooler environment. Trust me, your brain will thank you with noticeably clearer thinking and better memory function. The final mistake Dr. Hinohara observed was perhaps the most damaging of all, and it happens in the hours before you even lie down. Sleep mistake number 5, eating large meals within 3 hours of bedtime. Let me share Dr. Hinohara's most eye-opening case study. He once treated a 66-year-old master chef named Takeshi who was devastated because his memory was declining rapidly, despite his passionate love for cooking and food. Takeshi couldn't understand why his mind was failing him when he felt physically healthy and was still creating beautiful meals every day. The breakthrough came when Dr. Hinohara learned about Takeshi's dinner schedule. He was eating his largest, richest meal of the day at 9 p.m. and going to bed just 2 hours later at 11 p.m. This seemingly innocent routine was destroying his cognitive function night after night. When you eat a large meal close to bedtime, you're essentially stealing blood flow from your brain during the most crucial memory processing hours of your day. Digesting food requires massive amounts of blood circulation to your stomach and intestines, which means significantly less oxygen-rich blood reaches your brain when it needs it most. But the damage doesn't stop there. Late eating also elevates your core body temperature and spikes your blood sugar, preventing the natural metabolic slowdown that's absolutely essential for restorative sleep. Dr. Hinohara's research specifically showed that this pattern puts enormous strain on the hearts of people over 60, whose digestive systems are already working less efficiently than they did in younger years. So many seniors fall into this destructive pattern for perfectly understandable reasons. They eat their largest meal in the evening for social reasons, family dinners, social gatherings, or simply convenience after a busy day. Others convince themselves that a full stomach helps them sleep better, or they believe late-night snacking is harmless as long as they're not gaining weight. But the cognitive impact extends far beyond simple metabolism or weight management. you're literally robbing your brain of the resources it needs to consolidate memories and clear away toxins. Dr. Hinohara's solution was beautifully simple. He called it the 3-2-1 rule. Finish eating your last substantial meal 3 hours before your bedtime, stop drinking liquids 2 hours before sleep, and avoid all screens 1 hour before you lie down. If you absolutely must eat something in the evening, choose a small portion of foods rich in tryptophan and magnesium, like a small handful of almonds or a few tart cherries. Now that you understand these 5 critical mistakes, let's talk about why making these changes matters more than you might realize. I know this might feel overwhelming, especially if you've been sleeping the same way for decades. Maybe you're sitting there right now realizing you've been making 3 or 4 of these mistakes every single night, and you're feeling a mix of concern and maybe even a little guilt. Dr. Hinohara understood that changing lifelong habits isn't easy, particularly when you're dealing with all the natural changes that come with aging. Your body feels different, your energy isn't what it used to be, and now I'm telling you that even your sleep needs to change. But here's what Dr. Hinohara taught me that completely transformed how I think about sleep, and I believe it will change your perspective too. Dr. Hinohara lived to 105 years old with a mind so sharp he was still practicing medicine and giving lectures well into his hundreds, and his heart remained strong enough to support an incredibly active lifestyle. He understood something profound that most people never realize: sleep isn't just rest, it's not just downtime when nothing important happens. Sleep is active medicine for your brain and cardiovascular system. Every single night when you close your eyes, you have an opportunity to repair, restore, and protect the most important parts of yourself. You're not just changing sleep habits when you implement his recommendations, you're making a powerful investment in the quality of every tomorrow you'll have. Tonight, before you go to bed, I want you to choose just one of Dr. Hinohara's recommendations to implement. Maybe it's adjusting your pillow setup, setting your room temperature a few degrees cooler, or finishing dinner a bit earlier than usual. Small changes create incredibly powerful results, and I promise you, your brain will start responding within just a few days. You'll notice clearer thinking, better memory, and more energy during your waking hours. Remember, Dr. Hinohara believed that every day we wake up is a precious gift, and how we sleep determines how well we can unwrap that gift. Your commitment to better sleep isn't just self-care, it's a promise to everyone who loves you that you'll be your sharpest, healthiest self for as long as possible. Let me quickly recap Dr. Hinohara's 5 critical sleep mistakes that you absolutely must avoid after 60. First, sleeping on your stomach, which compresses those vital blood vessels to your brain and strains your heart. Second, using too many thick pillows that create harmful kinks in your spine and disrupt brain cleaning processes. Third, irregular sleep schedules that confuse your body's natural repair systems. Fourth, sleeping in rooms warmer than 68 degrees, which prevents your brain from reaching those crucial deep sleep phases. And fifth, eating large meals within 3 hours of bedtime, stealing blood flow from your brain when it needs it most. If you recognize yourself in any of these patterns, tonight is absolutely the perfect time to start making changes that could transform your cognitive health and protect your heart. Now I'm genuinely curious, and I really want to hear from you. Which of these sleep mistakes surprised you the most? Was it learning about how stomach sleeping affects your brain, or maybe discovering that your cozy warm bedroom is actually working against your memory? And if you're ready to try Dr. Hinohara's life-changing method starting tonight, comment "starting tonight" below so our amazing Elderly Health Central community can support and encourage each other through this journey. Have you noticed any changes in your sleep quality or energy levels as you've gotten older? Maybe you've tried some of these adjustments already and seen results. Please share your experience in the comments because your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to take that first step toward better health. If Dr. Hinohara's incredible wisdom resonated with you today, I'd be so grateful if you'd give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Elderly Health Central. We're dedicated to bringing you more life-changing insights from the world's leading experts on healthy aging, and when you subscribe, you're joining a community that truly cares about living well in our later years. Make sure to hit that notification bell too, so you never miss health advice that could benefit you or someone you love. Thank you for trusting Elderly Health Central with your health journey. Better brain health and a stronger heart await you tonight when you implement Dr. Hinohara's recommendations. I'll see you in the next video for more secrets from the world's healthiest seniors. Sleep well and take care of yourself.